All right, what's up, everybody? It's me, Black Suitify. Hey, man, I came up here just for a brief moment. I just wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit about what has been on my mind. I usually am not here. It's been a while. Hey, what's up? What's up, CCD? Hey, yo, it's been a while since I've done a live, as you guys know. So I just came up here really quickly to talk about some things that are on my mind before I get up out of here, man. Um, Firstly, Disney. Disney is going straight to hell. They've already destroyed a brand that all of us grew up loving. We knew it, from Snow White all the way to what is arguably their last good movie, which was I wouldn't say, in my opinion, I'd say Toy Story, or maybe even Monsters Inc. I don't know, but the writing has been trash. The music has been trash. Everything has been trash because they've all made it woke. It's all woke. What do I mean by woke? It's all Marxism, propaganda, etc. Well, I can go and I can talk about Marxism at nauseum, as Uncle Tom knows, but beyond that. So Disney is currently experiencing an audit. It's an 80-page audit that they just came out with by an independent auditing firm with several lawyers and other non-political, independent auditors that have come and dealt with and audited their properties. Specifically, Reedy Creek. Reedy Creek being Disney's own fiefdom that was created during Walt Disney's time, so that they could govern what essentially is their own municipality, their own country. So, in long story short, they've been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, man. And some executives are about to go to prison. And if not prison, they're about to be sued into oblivion. And I would wager that Disney is going to be completely different than what we've all seen in the last 5 to 10 years. Because the amount of bloat and that gluttonous beast is ridiculous. We haven't had any relief from all the wokeness, from the Marvels, Marvel superheroes, from Star Wars, their animated everything, they've destroyed it. So there are a lot of things I'll talk about a little later, a little bit more in depth later when we do our porch sessions. Not porch, yeah, on the porch with the blacks. When we do that, yeah, I'll talk more about that. Then let's talk about Jamal Bowman. Jamal Bowman was just censured. Now, here's my contention with that. The Republicans have all the power in the House. Okay? They have the majority in the House. And they can exact not only revenge, but they can get rid of the political pundits and political opponents that are stopping them from doing what they need to do in the House. Jamal Bowman being one of them. Jamal Bowman is a criminal and has professed as such for pulling that fire alarm, which could have caused harm. And he admitted to it. Yet we have AOC on the day that they're trying to censure him, which they did end up censuring him. The vote was 214 votes versus 191 votes. I think it was like 14 or 15 abstained. They just hit present on the little electronic device that allows them to vote. But that's neither here or there. The problem here is that instead of censuring him, they should have expelled him from Congress. That would have been the move, because they expelled one of their own. They got rid of Santos. Now, look, I know Santos lied about some stuff, but man, dude, we currently have, what's that other guy's name? The other Republican who is in the House, not Republican, I'm sorry, Democrat who's in the House, who had stolen gold. He should be being taken down. He should be expelled, and so should have Rashida Tlaib, and so should have Jamal. Instead, we have censured Jamal, we've censured Rashida Tlaib, and we have no other recourse. It's ridiculous. Why didn't they expel them? But they expelled one of their own? He's not even a convicted felon or criminal. Jamal Bowman is. He's a criminal, but they won't expel him. Instead, they censure him, which effectively does nothing. Censoring somebody just shuts them up for a specific period of time. It doesn't stop them wholly. They still are in the doggone House and or Senate. It's insanity, man. It's insane, man. It is insane. It's hard for me to hold out hope. It's hard for me to hold out hope that we will have any chance for 2024 when we are consistently shooting ourselves in the foot like this. Now, let me just say, I'm not a Republican, guys. I'm not a Republican at all. But I'm for damn sure am not a Democrat, because those MFers, man, they're trying to destroy this country, man. They're trying to take us out, and we have no other recourse than to vote them out. And then when we have the votes to do it, we don't do it. It's insanity, man. It's complete insanity. The deficit is what it is because we have no people willing to speak up and do what they know they should, which is get rid of the bloat that is bogging down this country. I often say it. I'm not a fan of the government itself, but I do love this nation. I'm a proponent of being a citizen here. I'm a proponent of what the United States government, what the United States stands for. But the government, man, it's insane. We have no recourse as citizens except to vote. So I'm encouraging people, man, if you don't vote, go sign up and do it. Let your voice be heard, and don't be swayed by the sirens call of the Democrats, man. They'll have you out here shitting in a bucket. Look at inflation. Inflation is ridiculous. We don't have a pot to piss in as it pertains to inflation. I don't know about you, man. I'm a family right now of 7, about to be a family of 8. Okay. And I'm taking care of all of them off of my dime. Okay. Where I work, I take care of my family. And I'll tell you this right now. On average, I'm spending between $700 to $1,200 extra a month. Okay. Which used to be discretionary money. Now it is, I got to make sure I use it to get out of the mud money. It's insane. Yet I'm being told that everything is fine. There's quantitative easing everywhere. By Corinne Jean-Pierre telling us that we're just fine. Everything's okay. We don't have any issues. Nobody is losing money. Nobody is spending more at the register. We're seeing prices go down. That's a lie. At Costco alone, when I go there, I'm spending 75% more on basic things like flour, rice, etc. That's real. Those are real numbers. Okay. Something you were spending $5 on, now you're spending upwards $12, $15 on. Can you imagine? Well, you don't have to imagine because you're experiencing it. It's insane, guys. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. None of us really know what to do. Instead, we have politicians who tell us it'll be okay as they rake us over the coals and steal our income and our hard-earned equity that we have spent day and night earning by the sweat of our own brow. It really is an insult to my intelligence, and it should be an insult to yours. Also, I was looking at an article earlier. LA had sent it to me and the guys, and it was about the FBI who had done Hey, what up, Universal Jones? It was about the FBI who had done a search and seizure of a bank. Now, if you guys don't know, and they have a warrant to search a, let's say, a lockbox, a specific lockbox for someone that it's a person of interest, then they have jurisdiction to search everybody's stuff because it was next to it or near it. It's ridiculous. These FBI agents asked the judge to give them the ability to search for whatever it was that they were looking for, and they did not inform the judge that they were going to be doing any civil forfeiture. Okay, the judge told them specifically not to go into any of the lock boxes. They said, "Sure, no problem." And then what did they do? They went into the lock boxes, and they took upwards $86 million worth of family heirlooms, jewels, gold, money, coins, and an FBI order. They're trying to hold on to it because it's cash money that they get to use. Then when the judge chastised them and said, "You lied to me," they said, "We didn't lie," because they technically didn't lie. They just withheld information. They abstained from telling them when in their plans all along, they had planned on forfeiting all those people's property. Now, some people have sued and got their property back. Some have acquiesced to the whims of the FBI and got their property back. Others aren't so lucky. It'll always be in the ether. And then they have to rebuild. Who knows what was in there? Deeds, bonds, everything. And it's now at the whim and whimsy of the FBI, who will either auction it off or contain it somewhere in a holding cell to keep it for for time memorial, and you'll die and they'll have it in their possession, and they may relinquish it 50 years from now or longer. I can't stand it. You know, what do you do as a citizen of these United States, man, when you have no recourse? I also was talking to LA about no-knock warrants and how I'm not in favor of them. And I'm not in favor of them for several reasons. But chief among those reasons is it is detrimental to both parties. It's just a can of stupidity waiting to be opened. The people who are not exercising, the people who are executing the no-knock warrant are in danger. The people who are in the house or apartment or domicile that they are trying to commit the no-knock warrant against are in danger. Because if I'm in my home and somebody's breaking into my home and they haven't established that they're law enforcement, I'm going to start blasting, right? Because cancel doctrine, especially here in the great state of Texas, cancel doctrine reigns supreme here. So if there are police officers who don't make themselves known and they come and they crash through windows or through the door and I start blasting, I'm not going to know that they are police until they start putting rounds down range at me. And then I'll know it's the police. But other than that, I'm not going to know. But here's the question. Here's the real question. Does a judge's power to endorse warrants or, search and seizure warrants trump your Fourth Amendment rights? Because that's essentially what they're doing. They are deactivating, for lack of a better term, your Fourth Amendment right to against illegal search and seizure, and then not even giving you the courtesy of an announcement. Now, don't get me wrong. I know why no-knock warrants were created. created to give the law enforcement a leg up, the element of surprise against someone who is in the, the action of something nefarious. I agree. I know that they're needed in some cases, but not in all cases. And LA made a great point earlier too. It's a pendulum. Something happens to the police, so now the law is instated. Something happens to the person who the warrant is being enacted upon or acted upon, and they're innocent, then the pendulum swings the other way, and the law is now deactivated. You get what I'm saying? There's no middle ground here. Personally, I tend to lean toward the rights of a law-abiding citizen, because the government is here to serve you, not the other way around. But in true government fashion, the longer it exists, the greater it persists, the greater it becomes, and the more you're beholden to said entity. And then they, in due form and in due fashion, commit their agents against you to make sure that you are in line with whatever their motives are. It's insane, guys. It's insane. Cold Truth, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Lawrence, what's going on? Yeah, again, Universal Jones, CCD, all you guys, Trash Media. Man, thank you guys, man. I just had to get this stuff off my chest because I've been thinking about it. It's been on my mind. And like I told you, I'm not going to be up here long. I'm literally about to call it quits. But I will be here during the porch sessions. So I got somewhere I got to be. But when I'm done with that, not porch sessions. Why do I keep calling it porch sessions? I don't even know the name of my own show. On the Porch with the Blacks. I'll be here for On the Porch with the Blacks. With myself, Black Thoughts, LA, Uncle Tom, the whole zoo crew. We'll be up here doing our thing. But with that being said, guys, stay vigilant, okay? Stay vigilant. Be thoughtful. Understand your rights. Don't go through life on autopilot. Pay attention to your surroundings. Don't engage in anything nefarious. Okay? Don't allow people to drag you into their nonsense. And don't skimp on your mores, okay? Be a moral, ethical person. All right? Wrestler, I see you too. Man, with that, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to end it. But I'll be back. Like I said, be sure to tune in to the On the Porch with the Blacks. All right? And I'm gone.